Hello, we are live with this election night. We're going to be talking about the latest news, immigration news, and it's midterms elections. We have to talk about it because this election actually will determine whether or not we're going to have an immigration reform. So, in order for it to happen, we have to have like the basically we have to have the control of the Senate by Democrats. That's the best. Or if we have it by Republican too, that can be good because they get things done. So we're going to be talking about the latest news in immigration. If you're here, say hi in the comment. We need to know if you're here. Say hi in the comment. Waiting for people to get in so we can talk about it. Say hi in the comments if you're here. Yes, we're going to be talking about the latest news, immigration news, what's going on, who's winning, who's losing. If you're here, say hi in the comment. We're waiting for you to get in. Yes, we got 7 people in. Come on, say hi in the comments. Acknowledge your presence. Acknowledge yourself. We're going to be talking about the latest immigration news. We have a couple good news. Baleu Lukengo. Bonjour, Bijoux. Bonsoir. Baleu Lukengo. Rocket. Hi. Lucy Wamam. Best Lauren. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Rosalind. Jinder. Okay, your name is hard, but hi. Hi, Lukengo. Bonsoir. How are you? Yes, a lot of people in the house. We're going to talk about the latest immigration news. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk about, first of all, what's good, right? What's happening in the immigration department, what's good. Then we're going to go with the comments on this election. If you have questions about immigration, just put it in the comment. We're going to answer questions. We're going to comment about this night because this election will determine, okay, whether or not we're going to have a reform, because that's a lot of people have been waiting for that because we have a lot of individuals that need this reform. So that's why we have to talk about it. Hi, Luz Galinato, how are you? So we need to talk about what's going on with this immigration, okay? Let's start first of all with the great news about this lawsuit for the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal. I talked about it on my Instagram page. Yeah, I'm going to share my Instagram page so you guys can go ahead and follow me because you guys are not following me. Now I'm going to share my Instagram page here so you can follow me. Let me talk about that lawsuit first. Hi, Jibril. How are you? Long time. It has been a long time. So let me share my screen. We're going to talk about what's going on with this lawsuit. Then we're going to come back to the election. And tomorrow we're going to come back again because we have to know the result, right? We hope by tomorrow we'll know everything. If we don't know it by tomorrow, we're going to wait. After tomorrow, we'll wait. And once we get the full picture, then we'll come back again to comment, okay? So let me share my screen first of all. So I can, let me share my screen. Share my screen. Yeah. I'm going to go with Instagram page. Because that's where I talked about that lawsuit on my Instagram page. This is my Instagram. You see, this is my Instagram page, Tony Bijoux. You can, the link is everywhere. You can go there. But I want to talk about that lawsuit. Okay. This is what's happening with that lawsuit. I hope it's big enough for you to see. Okay. Yeah, I want to make it bigger so you can see. Okay. So we have big news to share. What's going on is that the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal held that consular officers are obliged, they are obligated, they are required to provide the factual basis for a visa denial or rejection within a reasonable time, or they can be sued. Okay, why this ruling is important for you? Okay, this ruling is important for you because you can sue the U.S. Embassy for denying you a visa without stating the factual basis of the denial within a reasonable time. Because usually when people go to those embassy for a visa, they don't tell, they deny it, and they'll give you like a piece of paper, right? And then they just put like a cost mark or a check on the box with just one sentence, but you don't understand why you got denied the visa. So now with this Ninth Circuit ruling for the Court of Appeal, they have to tell you why within a reasonable time. And let's go to the next slide. Previously, as I said, you couldn't do it because of this doctrine of consular non-reviewability. So basically, that the consular officer decision to deny a visa was not subject to judicial review or supervision. But now, Sandra Munoz versus United States Department of State, the U.S. Embassy, pretty much, they're required to provide you with a factual basis of the visa refusal so that you might apply for a waiver if warranted under your circumstances. If they deny you a visa, they have to tell you why, and they have to really provide you with a detailed reasoning as to why. At that point, you will know if you need a waiver or not. So they can't just give you one sentence and you not knowing what's going on, okay? So they have to tell you. So that's what's going on. And I'm gonna exit this page. You should go on. You see, we have a lot of things going on there. That's where I talk mostly about employment-based immigration. You have to follow me on Instagram, okay? So yeah, that's what's going on with that lawsuit. It's so big. It's big deal. Yeah, this denying visa to alleged gang member. So basically what happened was they thought that because this guy had tattoo all over his body, then they thought that he's just coming to the US for unlawful activities, and they deny him the visa without explaining. So, and then 3 years later, the wife sued the embassy, and then that's when they provided him, the wife or the guy with a detailed factual basis of why he got denied a visa, which was because he had tattoo, and they just assumed that he was a member of a gang member, okay? And he was gonna come here to do unlawful activities, which is not correct. So now they have the opportunity to fight. So this lawsuit is major, it's big. Remember, it's every time they deny you a visa, they have to tell you why, so that you might apply for a waiver if warranted in your situation, okay? Yeah, let's move on now to the election. This is the map, right? This is what's going on with this midterm election result. This is, I'm just looking from the internet, US midterm election result 2022 live. What's going on? Remember that the Republicans, they only need 5 seats to take control of the House. The way the House is set up currently, they need only 5 seats to take control of the House. Then the Democrats, they need only 1 seat to take control of the Senate. Same for the Republican, 1 seat to take control of the Senate. So, and we already know the Republicans are big on border security. They really so big on it, which we agree. We need to have security at the border. But at the same time, we want to have a reform. and we want to have a bipartisan reform. So this is how it's going right now. The Senate basically is for the Democrats. They already have 36. In order to win, they have to have 51 votes to take control of the Senate. The Republican already 29. They haven't set up here. In order to win, you need 218 seats, okay, in order to win the House. So they haven't given us the result. This is what's going on. If you see the blue, we already know Democrats, Republican, Independent. If it's white, seats are changing hands, okay? They keep updating. You have to go to this website. They keep updating results every time, so you can follow it. This is they said 2 crucial Senate seats are Georgia with the Republican challenger and Pennsylvania, a tight race that the Democrats hope to win, okay? So, and then they tell you this one is likely Democrats, Colorado, Washington, New Hampshire, Arizona, it's likely Republican, Ohio, we know it for sure, it's the 5th Circuit, Florida, Republican, Utah, Iowa. So, and then, yeah, so we know what's going on. Right now, we already have 36 seats, Republican already 29. It's gonna take a while, and you can see the map, right? The way they're telling you most likely how it's gonna go, okay? So, and House result hasn't come in yet. So it's gonna be a big night. That's why we're gonna come back tomorrow to make more comments. But what I want to exit so I can take questions, then we can talk about the possibility of reform, okay? Stop sharing. I want to take questions now. Okay. Oh, Jibril says, it has been a long time. I got a little discouraged. We've been waiting for a very long time. Yes, that's for sure. Everybody has been waiting for a very long time. So now we're just waiting for tonight and tomorrow to see how the map is going to look like, okay? Who says, my friend was denied last week, Kenya embassy. Lucy, your friend was denied. They told your friend the reason why the visa was denied. If they didn't tell her the reason, she needs to sue. They have to tell her the reason based on this 9th Circuit Court decision. They have to tell her why. Cool. Lucy, you need to give your friends my email so I can talk to her. Okay. I fill out the form I-485 to adjust my status fingerprint August. When I spoke to yesterday, they told me that the case is at the National Benefits Center. You want to expect that your case. First of all, the question, Lukengo, the first question is, did you look at processing time on National Benefits Center? That's the first question. If you look at processing time, National Benefits Center, what is their processing time? You have to ask them, first of all, what is their current processing time? And if they haven't passed their processing time, the only time you ask for expedited request is when you have let's say you have a reason, right? It's usually humanitarian reason. Somebody's sick, seriously sick, like an immediate family member has to be seriously sick for humanitarian reason to work, or maybe at your job they can give you the offer, job offer, because of you lack document. So those are the reasons why somebody will file for expedited request. and hope that it get granted. Sometimes it gets granted. We just got one person expedited request being granted for asylum because the person is sick. And then we got the letter from the doctor explaining the seriousness of the disease, and the person has to really actually go. The person has to go through surgery, and those difficult, very challenging type of surgery the person has to go through. So we're able to show that to USCIS. Now USCIS has agreed to interview the person in the next 2 weeks. So that's how expedited requests work. It really has to be something so serious. If it's a sickness, it has to be serious with proof of doctor. If it's a job, you have to have a job requirement that says that you have to get the green card. Otherwise, they just have to go through their normal processing time, which in Baltimore, it takes 28 months. I don't know about the National Benefits Center. How about the visa backlog? Well, my friend, nothing is happening. This USCIS, they came up with a plan, right? They said that they were going to do things by 2023. They should be done with the backlog. Okay, they came up with a plan, but really, I haven't seen anything moving. Some people are getting lucky, but most people are just like waiting, because I have a work permit from last year since September. I've been fighting for them to get the work permit renewal until today. We haven't gotten yet. They keep giving us, or give us more, give us a little bit more time, more 60 days. So we're still waiting. Yeah, this backlog is crazy. Any more questions? Well, we know about the reform, right? This bipartisan bill. If they can get together and actually agree, they can come up with a bipartisan bill. And the bipartisan bill covers border security, farm workers, team students, dreamers, legal immigration, recapturing old visas. So, but you know, the Democrats are big on undocumented, but they have to get 51 votes. They have to maintain what they have in the House, then get one additional vote for the Senate. Then they'll have 51. Then they can make their own decision. Same for the Republicans. If they get 5 more seats in the House, then they get 61 votes in the Senate. 51, sorry, 51. Then that's it. They win. Then they can go with whatever plan they have. But if it's tight in the Senate like that, 50-50, it's always going to be like going back and forth and no compromise. So this election is going to determine how we're going to move forward. So that's why you have to watch this election. Just Google it, U.S. midterm election results. It's not going to be done today. It might get until tomorrow. We come back here tomorrow again to explain the same thing, to make comment. Can I not having a green card? This could be a good reason to ask for your citizenship? No, Social Security. Did you, Lukengo? Based on what did you ask for a green card? Actually, based on what? Based on family, marriage. Based on what? Because if you ask a green card based on marriage, what you should have done, or you can still do it, it's to apply with a work permit directly. You can still follow the application of work permit. That's when you ask for a social security number in the work permit application. So my question to you is, are you filing a green card based on what type of application? Did you get any I-130 approved? That's why you're filing a green card, or you're filing it based on what? Based on asylum. Okay, asylum being granted. But when your asylum was permit, you never applied for work permit before? So you never held a work permit. because asylum doesn't get granted without you having a work permit. Because that's when you apply for the social security number, when you apply for a work permit. When your asylum is still pending, you apply for a work permit, you get the social security. After the asylum is granted, you wait for 1 year, then you apply for a green card. So how come you don't have a social? I don't understand that. But still, you can still apply for a work permit if you have asylum granted. So once you apply for a work permit, that's how you get your social security. It still don't make sense. You have asylum. Was your asylum where did your asylum got granted? In court or USCIS? It still don't make sense to me. Yeah, you need to you need to schedule a consultation. Let me send you the link for a consultation because it don't make sense to me. If you have asylum being granted, before they even grant you asylum, you should have been working already. And when you apply for a work permit, that's when you request your social security. So now you have asylum granted, you asking for a green card, but you don't have a social security. I don't understand. So let me give you a link so that you can schedule a consultation. I do charge for consultation, okay? So let me send you a link. You can schedule a consultation. It don't make sense. Whatever you're telling me don't make sense. This is the link. You can schedule a consultation. Yep. Anyway, so if we don't have any more questions, no more questions, I think I'm gonna end for today. Then we'll come back tomorrow once we have the result. Let me double check if something has changed with those results. No, result is coming back in 15 minutes. In 8 minutes, they're gonna update. We still have the same thing. So we come back tomorrow with the big picture and see what's gonna happen. Then from there, we will know which direction this immigration reform is gonna take us. Okay. So I'm gonna end for today here. Ivan Petrovich, if you came late. We don't have anything about the 7 years amnesty bill. What we're talking about is that you need to, first of all, know who's going to win in the Senate, basically who's going to take control of the Senate and who's going to take control of the House. So we can't talk about all that until we know who's going to take control of any of the House and the Senate. Then we know who has the majority to pass the bill. Otherwise, it's just if they're still tight in the Senate. Oh, yeah, you need to work for sure. Yeah. But what I'm saying is this, right? We didn't talk about the 7 years amnesty bill because we don't know anything about it yet. What we're talking about, we want to monitor the result, first of all. That's so important to us. We have to know who is taking control of the House and who's taking control of the Senate. So if we know that, then we can predict how this 7 years amnesty is going to go, because it still has to be passed in Senate and become law. But if the Senate is 50-50, nobody's going to agree to pass it. But if, let's say, the Democrat takes control of the Senate, becomes 51-49, then chances are it's going to pass. So let's say the Republican takes control of the Senate, becomes 51. But if they don't have control of the House, whatever they're going to come with is going to fail in the House if they don't have control. You know what I mean? So at this point, the Republican has to take control of 5 seats in the House and then add an additional 1 seat in the Senate, then they'll have majority. But for the Democrats, if things stay the way they are in the House, but they just work on getting 1 more seat in the House, Then they're going to take control of the Senate. Then whatever they do, it's going to pass because they will have the majority. So right now we just monitor. The only job we have today and tomorrow is to monitor these elections, because we can't really like speculate. We just have to know the final result. If we don't know it by tomorrow, probably by the end of the, because you know some states get contested and stuff like that. Probably by the end of the week we will know. But tomorrow I'll be here again talking about the same thing. So I'm gonna end here for tonight. Let's keep watching this election, monitor it, because this is what we need. Until next time, bye-bye. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, just drop them in the comment. We'll get back to them tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for much appreciate. And please follow me on Instagram. I shared my Instagram. Let me share my Instagram link here, because we're talking a lot about those employment base. Let me share the link here. Employment base on Instagram. Thank you very much. That's the link for Instagram. So employment base is on Instagram. It's really nice for you to really learn, or you can share with your friends if they're interested in employment base. Anyway, thank you, and I guess we'll talk again tomorrow. Let's just keep monitoring those results and we'll come back tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.